On Saturday, Week 16 kicks off a Saturday triple header, 3 huge games. So let's do a real huge segment here. I found some interesting facts, some nuggets, if you will, about this game, and you have to tell me if it's a big deal or no big deal. Triple header edition! Are you ready? Texans, Bucks, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, right here on the Niffle. Teams have been able to throw on Tampa Bay this season. That's not a surprise to anyone. They rank 30th in pass defense. Big deal or no big deal, though, that Deshaun Watson is undefeated against bottom 10 pass defenses in 2019.
You gonna go, G?
You are number 2 fantasy quarterback.
I need a clarification. Big deal in what regard? Big deal toward this game?
Careful, just answer the questions.
Yeah, man, you're thinking too deep into it, man.
Take it where you want.
I never get the answer with clarification. And the look always is, it's whatever you want it to be, big guy.
Maybe we don't know the answer. Welcome to Good Morning Football.
Regular edition. Big deal. It's a big deal. Because I think he's going to do it again. I mentioned earlier in the show I needed Will Fuller to be my guy to fuel his hustle or something like that. Maybe that was the segment.
Come on.
But I mentioned that Will Fuller needed to come up big, and I meant to mention that it was going to be against the Tampa Bay pass defense. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Not everything's gumdrops and mic drops, Mike.
Yeah.
Sorry.
For me, guys, I'm going to go no big deal because it's Deshaun Watson, okay? He's a great passer. He's one of the elite quarterbacks in the National Football League. And he's going up against a bad pass defense. What do we expect to happen? He should throw for a lot of yards. So to me, it's not that big of a deal.
Not that big of a deal.
See, it's all the interpretation.
Yeah.
I think it's a very big deal because I think Deshaun Watson's going to light them up.
Big D.
This is some segment. That was a coincidence. I'm talking about Dallas, okay? So I'm going to attach it to the Dallas Cowboys. I think Jameis is going to have to throw it 60 times. There's not. Never mind.
You messed up.
I went 6 different ways, and I'm grown up now. I'm censoring myself. Next question. I think it's a big deal.
Nate did that last week. I sent him a text. He said, it's just how you frame it.
You see what I deal with?
You want that?
Yes.
You want
on our regular show, Mike?
Right, go ahead.
All right, up next, Bills Patriots.
I like it.
4:30 p.m. Eastern. The struggles of the Patriots offense have been well documented, but big deal or no big deal. Tom Brady's lowest passer rating of the season was Week 4 against the Buffalo Bills. I feel like both of these teams going different directions since then.
That's 100% green. I already know it.
Yep. That is a huge deal. It says big, though. Big deal, the fact that Tom Brady does not do well against the Buffalo Bills pass defense, and it will continue this Saturday. Tune in, NFL Network. It's the middle game. When it starts, 4:30?
4:30.
Tune in to watch the New England Patriots fall to Bills Mafia. Let's go. Okay,
do you see Tom Brady making mistakes in this game? Because you keep just going to the fact that they don't have a guy in the roster that can compete, that can separate?
The great part about Tom Brady is he won't take a lot of sacks. He'll throw the ball away. He tries not to throw interceptions. So, no, I don't think he's going to put the ball in harm's way. But they don't have anybody that can consistently win one-on-one.
They have a guy that can catch the ball on that team. His name's Stephon Gilmore.
He's got great hands.
Play big in this one against his former squad.
All right, we got this one back in the tracks. Let me personalize this, make it a little bit more about me. For this one, I'm going to say this.
Big D.
Hold on. There you go, Mike. I looked this up. Tom Brady has played 323 games
today.
323. I think he's played maybe 2 or 3 worse of all of them than he did against the Bills this year. I mean, if you lined it up and did top 5 worst Tom Brady games ever, it's in the top 5. That's massive. You know how many coordinators and coaches and safeties and linebackers have tried to stop Tom Brady? You can't find many ever who did it in the last 20 years better than this Bills team. It's a huge deal.
How much better is this Bills team now than they were Week 4, in your eyes?
I think the offense is better. I think the defense is the same, and they've gotten pretty lucky with the injuries. So I think the whole Bills team is better.
No big deal. He's had some clunkers. As a matter of fact, he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass in Buffalo since 2016. And the last time he threw four interceptions in a game, where did it happen, Kyle?
Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
Oh, wow. They got nuggets. Like you said, it's great.
Nuggets! Finally, it's the nightcap.
So how is that not a big deal?
Because it happens regularly. That's where he's going to expect that. Now, he's had some 4 touchdown and 3 touchdown games. But don't go too deep because I had a point, and you're killing me now.
Careful, okay. He doesn't quite get the segment.
No, I get it.
We told him to take it where he wanted, and he took it a weird place, but it was where he wanted.
Not as weird as you.
Yeah, you were a little weirder on where
I don't work the surface that well, guys.
Buddy, okay, that's saying a mouthful there.
Here.
The nightcap between the Rams and the Niners. San Francisco is one of 4 teams in the NFC, sitting there with an 11-3 record. Big deal or no big deal. Each of the Niners' losses have come in the final 10 seconds of regulation or overtime.
Big deal. That means a team that is competing, that is never going to lie down for you, that is going to take you to the wire even if they lose the football game. That is a big deal and something that builds confidence when you're heading into the postseason and maybe going to see some of these teams.
I'm also going to say big deal, but maybe in the negative. Like, when are you going to win these close games? You're going to be in them. It's like you could say, well, they compete in everyone, but they also need to win some of these. I will say this. They have not had Robbie Gould most of the season. If they did, they would have won one or two of these.
Very
I think
true.
It's a big deal. Win close games.
A pivotal one, yeah.
Yeah, the Niners are 3-3 this season in games decided by 7 points. I'm going to go no big deal, but hear me out, guys. Hear me out, okay? This is a young team. They only won 4 games last year. They're still figuring out how to win these close games. Teams that are great at winning close games, they have a little bit more team chemistry, been together. They've been through the fire a little bit. I'm going to say no big deal because they have 11 wins. They're doing something right. But I am concerned about late game unsuccess.
There's another team that always takes it down to weird moments and close games. It's the Seattle Seahawks. They're also sitting there. Out of these teams that are tied 11-3, I know how Kyle feels about this. Who's sticking out to you guys? Who's looking strongest going into Week 16?
To me, the 49ers are the best roster on paper of those 11.
Even with the injuries.
Even with the injuries, they're the best. They're the best roster on paper. Have the best defense. Have the best system. Right. But to me, the Seattle Seahawks are very interesting because they have Russell Wilson, and he is the difference,
no doubt,
in that game.
That's been the team. I do a weekly spot with your buddy Cliff Averill.
Yep, I do one the next day after. So.
Oh, do you? Well, yeah, and then they say, hey, Mike Rupp said this, and then I say something, and then they talk to you and say, hey, Mike G said this, and they play us off one another. But I've been talking to them all year. I've been saying, look, I'm not just playing to your home crowd here. Seattle's been the team that I'm on. But if Jadeveon Clowney's not going to be 100%, I hate to make it about one player, but if he's not going to be 100%, that's the one thing I'm worried about.
What do you think about TA today? They had a big party last night. Who drew the short straw of having to come into work?
Great question.
Post total access.
I think Hansen will always be there. Yeah. Energy, ready to roll.
But he's probably at the party, last one to leave, too.
Yeah. That's okay. That guy's wired for it.
7 p.m. Eastern tonight. Let's see what whoever is there has in store.
Crazy.
Good morning, football. Scott Hansen here alongside Super Bowl champion James Jones. Tonight on NFL Total Access, the Ravens are going to the Super Bowl, right?
No, they're not.
The New England Patriots then are going to the Super Bowl.
No, they're not.
Oh, boy. You care to explain that?
Not